Okay, let's dive deep. Imagine you're listening into the deepest, most remote parts of the ocean. Total darkness, mystery.
Right.
And then you hear this sound. Something huge, powerful, just travels for miles, picked up by sensors thousands of kilometers apart.
Wild, isn't it?
That's the story of the Bloop.
Yeah, this specific sound, it was recorded way back in the summer of '97. And the sensors, they weren't just, random. They were NOAA hydrophones.
Hydrophones, like underwater microphones.
Exactly. Part of this network originally put out there during the Cold War for listening for submarines.
Right. Makes sense.
So after the Cold War ended, scientists got access to this incredible system. They started using it to listen for things like underwater volcanoes, seismic stuff.
Okay.
But instead, they picked up this, something totally unknown and, well, loud.
It's incredibly loud, right. That's what stood out. It wasn't just any noise.
Not at all. It was immediately a puzzle. No known source matched it.
Yeah.
So scientists just kind of nicknamed it the Bloop.
The Bloop. Catchy.
Yeah.
But was it about the sound itself that was so, I don't know, weird?
Well, okay, it was loud, yes. Very low frequency, like a really deep rumble covering a wide range of notes. But the really striking thing was its character, the signature, the way the sound sort of rose and fell in frequency. It had this complex structure that sounded almost organic, biological even.
Like an animal, a really, really big animal.
Exactly, like some massive creature calling out from the abyss. That's what got people's imaginations going.
I can see why. So you mentioned low frequency, like whales.
Yeah, the frequency range wasn't a million miles away from, say, a blue whale. And blue whales make some of the loudest sounds in the animal kingdom. But this,
All right.
the Bloop, was just like orders of magnitude stronger, louder.
Wow, so that led straight to the big question, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Could there be something down there, something we don't know about, much bigger than a blue whale?
Like a sea monster.
Yeah.
Kraken level stuff.
Well, people definitely thought about it. I mean, look, something like 80% of our oceans are still totally unexplored. So the idea of undiscovered megafauna wasn't completely crazy talk back then.
True. It's a big place down there. Were there other ideas floating around? Less? Creature feature?
Oh, sure. People wondered about secret military stuff, sonar tests or something, or maybe some weird unknown geological process, an underwater landslide, volcano, but nothing quite fit the profile.
And the distance it traveled. How does sound even do that underwater?
Well, sound travels differently in water than air. Faster, for one. And there are these specific layers, like the SOFAR channel. It stands for Sound Fixing and Ranging Channel.
Okay.
It acts like a sort of sound pipeline. Sound waves get trapped in this layer and can travel for enormous distances, thousands of miles, without losing much energy.
So the Bloop could just ride this channel across the ocean?
Potentially, yeah. Which explains the detection range. But still, what made the sound? The mystery lingered for years. Until around 2005, researchers deployed more hydrophones, this time much closer to Antarctica, and they started hearing similar sounds again. Sounds with that same Bloop-like acoustic signature.
Getting closer. So did they pinpoint it? What was it?
Ice.
Ice. Just ice, not a giant squid.
Nope. Large ice quakes, specifically.
Ice quakes. That sounds dramatic. How does ice make that much noise?
Think about a truly colossal iceberg, maybe miles across, cracking deep down, or shearing off a glacier, or even just grinding against another huge piece of ice or the seabed. The energy released is immense.
Like an earthquake, but with ice.
Exactly like that. These ice quakes generate incredibly powerful low-frequency sounds, and the sounds they recorded near Antarctica in '05, they tracked them acoustically right back to major ice movements. It proved these things can be heard over 5,000 kilometers away.
So the monster was melting glaciers. Still pretty awe-inspiring in a different way.
Absolutely. And it wasn't just the Bloop. This discovery helped explain other weird ocean sounds they'd recorded over the years. There was one called Julia. Yeah. Now thought to be another iceberg sound, maybe one scraping along the seafloor.
So solving the Bloop opened up our understanding of the oceans. Well, it's natural noise.
Definitely. It showed us just how dynamic and noisy the ocean is, even
Right.
from non-biological sources, and how much we're still learning to interpret because, while the Bloop is pretty much solved, there are other sounds.
Still unexplained.
Yeah, like one cutting up sweep. It's this long, upward sweeping sound detected pretty regularly. And we still don't really know what causes it. Could be volcanic, could be something else entirely.
Huh. So the ocean soundscape is still full of mysteries.
Completely. The Bloop's journey, from maybe monster to icequake is a great example of science figuring things out. Took a weird noise, some wild ideas, then careful listening, more data, boom, explanation.
Right.
But what it really drives home for you, I think, is that even solving one mystery just highlights how vast the unknown really is down there. The Bloop was ice, sure,
Yeah.
but think about all that unexplored territory. What other sounds are echoing in those depths right now? Sounds we haven't even detected yet, let alone understood. That's the really fascinating question, isn't it?